Let's learn how I made this design with PIXELLAB on my smartphone. Let's go. So the first thing I did was to come up with an idea for the new design for this brand. So this brand is something like an interior design brand. They paint houses, they renovate and rejuvenate the colors of houses. So when I saw this, like I was asked to make this design, what came to my mind was kind of like a man standing in front of, standing behind his chair and smiling, and then in his house. First, the blurred out background of the house. All right, so uh, I saw this picture on freepik.com and I immediately lifted it and came to make his design. All right, so let's go. This is my PIXELLAB app, and I already have the materials I used for this design. So what I'm going to do is that we're just going to start. In case you're wondering what size I used, the size I used is 1080 and the height is 1350. All right, so this is normal 4 by 5, and this is Instagram carousel basic height. All right, so but let's start. First thing I did was to bring up the man. All right, so this is a picture of the man. You can see that his face is a little bit reddish in contrast with this picture that, okay, it's still, yes, that it's a little bit less of the purple, not red. Yeah, so but I'm going to get there. So just bring up the man and then enlarge it till it's 100, all right, 96.7, 98.900. Right, so relative size, and then you do that. And then you go to relative position and then click the center one to centralize the image. You also click this one to bring it, to show the full thing. All right, but I took it down a bit, just a bit. And then we are cool. All right, 2 minutes into the game. Now we're cool, and then you lock that. The next thing is to bring up the image of the house. Now, you would think that I got the image of the man and his house at the same, instant, but that was not the case. I had to get the house and the man in a different instant. So the first thing I did actually was to do this. All right, let me show you the initial style. All right, I told you this is so let me just do something for you. So this was the initial, what I intended to use. And I didn't really get the background as a blurred out background. I got it as, not so blurred out. I used Snapseed to blur the background. So if you want, I can show you how to use Snapseed to blur out your backgrounds, but that'll be for another video. All right, so the first thing I did was to bring up this first one that's moving, but I felt it wasn't blurred out enough. I felt it didn't blend with the man enough. Needed something like for the man to be visible, but then it still looked a little bit more realistic. All right, so I discarded this, so hence I made it invisible and went with this. Now you can see in the design, let me bring up the design for us, that the part that's visible is the curtain and the window. Thus, this curtain, where should I use my brush? Let me use brush. The curtain and the window. So that's the part that is most visible in the far rather than the new design. So that's what we're going to do. So what you just do is that you take this bigger circle and then you toggle and you move with your hands. You toggle, move to the side, toggle, move to the side. Or better still, you move to relative size and then increase the height to 100. All right. If for more real, you can also increase the size. So I'm just going to increase the size to what I have is 290 and 121. So, and then I just bring this up and back. Can you see it? Yes. So we have the background done, as simple as this. All right. Then the next thing I did was to bring up my July. All right. I'm just going to bring it up. Yeah, so this is the July text, and the font I used was Montserrat bold. As you can clearly see, Montserrat. Yes, Montserrat bold. Or was it? Okay, no, it was Montserrat It's either Montserrat Extra Bold or Montserrat Black. Let's try. Okay, Montserrat Black. Okay, it means it's Montserrat Extra Bold. Yes, correct. So the font I used was Montserrat Extra Bold. Alright, so and then the gradient was an orange gradient. Alright, so to make this gradient, just go to colors, this color, click on it, and then I'm going to actually make a new gradient from scratch by clicking on plus. Right, you can see the gradient already. There are 4 orange gradients: light one, dark one, little bit light one, and a dark one. Alright, so just an alternating pattern. Alright, so let's make a new gradient. So just scroll in, then start from this. So you click on this and click on plus, and then you start. You click on the first one. Whenever you see this highlighted in orange, you know that you can, any edits you make applies to the first one. Alright, so you click on it. Alright, so you click on it, and then it's highlighted in orange. And then you can click on this color bowl icon. Click on the color bowl icon, and then you can see this color wheel, everything. Alright, normally you can just pick from the image. Alright, you can pick various oranges from the image. But what I'm going to do is just to toggle this middle square, not square, sorry, the middle circle. Alright, toggle it over to the end. Alright, well, you are seeing the colors at orange and yellow, so just move it in a bit. So and then move this up a bit to increase the brightness. And then you've got the first orange. You move up, or you just click on this one we already made and click on plus. You can see that this one brought a lighter version of the orange, but don't worry, I'm going to open it. Just toggle the first circle, the first bar, to take the brightness back to normal, and then let's see this small circle. I'm just going to hit it with my hand and then move, a little bit more to the, to the bottom, all right? More tending to red. All right, so just keep this as the second one, and then you can feel free to pick the white, just pick it, and then you see that it's highlighted in orange, and then you click on minus to delete it. Then you copy this one, then you do the same thing, just move it a little bit, then you copy this one. Then for this one, let's just take it a little bit back here, and then increase the brightness, or I reduce the brightness a bit by toggling on the second bar. Right, then we've got our orange texture, or our orange gradient. Alright, we can choose to make it a little more thicker. Alright, to make the orange tend a bit more to red. Then do the same thing for the other one to thicken the orange. Alright, so we've got this. Alright, so that's how we did the gradient. It's as easy as that. If you didn't get to the first time, just follow through. You can take the video back and follow through again. So you can see normally it's supposed to be at the front, but what I did to take it to the back of the man was just to click on the layers icon, and then you see these 4 dots, just long press it. When you long press it, I want to see it wrap a little bit like this, and then you just take it to the back of the man. Can you see? As easy as that, easy peasy. Easy peasy. Alright, so yeah, it's as easy as that. And then welcome to July. Welcome to the month of July. Because this was written in Fractal, right? So it is not at the front, and this was written in Fractal regular. We're going to confirm it. Fractal, not the out regular. Can you see this as Fractal regular? So this is the normal text, but you can see this white thingy around it. The white though is shadow. Alright, so let me just make a new text. Alright, so delete this and let's start again. Welcome to the month of. Alright, so this is this. So click on font in Fractal regular. Now we have this, and then the next thing we'll just scroll down, alright, on the text bar, and then go to shadow, and the first shadow you see is black. You just scroll down on this colors panel and then click on white. And you see this faint white shadow, and then the next thing you do is to bring up outer glow. Alright, then when you bring up outer glow, you increase the blur radius to increase the amount of feather, right? Feather. Alright, so yeah, so just Take it up there. Okay, yeah. So you're just going to centralize it and take it up, 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 up. Alright, sorry. Look at this. Exactly. Now, the next thing is to add the brand. Alright, so this is the brand name. It's the brand name. And then, yeah, handle. So we got that. Did I add it in the chicken? I didn't add it. So I didn't add it. I just placed that there. Alright, so you can take it up. Now to merge, to move more than one object at a time, just click on this pause and times. Then you select what you want to move, and then you see this thing. Click on it. When you click on it, you're going to see those rotate buttons for what concerns us to change the position. So just click on position, then move a bit upwards. Alright, so you can change the pixels. Alright, yeah. So I think we're satisfied with this. Now, the next thing I did was to make this semi-glass morphism thingy. Alright, so we're going to make that now. The first thing you need to do is to make a shape. Go to shapes, then just make the size of the shape you want. This is here. So the thinking, the thought behind this was, since this logo was at the left hand side, let the right up be at the right hand side for balance. Alright, so that was the thought behind what I'm doing now. Alright, so I took the radius, just take the radius to like, let's use 10. Alright, 10, okay. And then just scroll down, just reduce the opacity. I see this, reduce the opacity a bit. Let's just take 16. And then let me check if I used stroke. Did I use stroke? I'm coming. Let's scrap the stroke. Alright, so back to edit. See that it's optional. You can add a stroke. Let's just use a white stroke. Alright, yeah. So and then you click on OK when you are satisfied. Alright, the stroke width must be 1. We just want something, a little bit, I don't know, that glassy feel. Then the next thing you do is go to inner shadow. Scroll down to get to inner shadow. Get to inner shadow, you open it. The first thing you see is black. So you scroll and then you pick white. When you pick white, you go scroll down and then you take the Y a little bit up. Now what you see is that a little bit of whitish stuff is tending to the top of the square to the rectangle. Can you see what I'm saying? Can you see? Yeah, so that white thing here that's going up, that fuel is what we want. Alright? Yes. To make it more visible, you can choose to reduce the opacity a bit more, 50. Then you can see it more clearly. Next thing to write is the wishes. Alright, so this one was written in if I say OptiBuild now, was written in Montserrat. Alright, so true to my font tips, you can also choose to watch my font tips video. I'll leave the link in the description. True to my font tips video, I said you can use one sans serif font, a sans serif font of the same family, 2 sans serif fonts pairing together. So I literally took those 3 tips and placed them in this design. Now, for emphasis, I made OptiBuild Limited, that's the name of the company. I made it bolder and I made it in orange. Alright, so to do that, click on font and then Montserrat. So let's change everything to Montserrat regular. So we'll start from there. Alright, so this is everything in Montserrat regular. So what we're going to do is to toggle this. You see this blue thingy? Yeah, this blue thing. Just click on the blue shape thingy and then take it so that it covers just the OptiBuild Limited. Now, whatever font you pick is going to tally It's going to affect just that part of the text. So just let's pick up to Montreal bold. So then we're okay. So can you see? I see that. Can you see that? Yeah. So to change the color, you do the same thing. If something is happening, let me change the text. Let me just adjust it up. I don't know what I did, but something happened. Alright, so um let's move it, then move it. Okay, and then move. So I think the design kind of distorted, but I've gotten it back. Alright, and then this will go down. Then increase the size. Kind of think this square we made, the rectangle we made was too big, so just reduce the size. Right? Yeah. So it's better. Now to change the color, you do the same thing. You go to font. When you go to font, not font, sorry, color. You go to color. And then you can see this blue thing here. Toggle just so it covers the up to be limited. Then you scroll down, you're going to see an orange color with the orange. Then it's done. I see this. Then you can choose to take this a little bit more to the bottom as you just move till you're satisfied. Now, when I got to this point, I thought that the top was too dark. Alright? And I didn't want to manipulate the background so much. So what I did was I created a white gradient to cover the top and to cover the bottom. I see that. This one covers it so much, but let's just create a new one. So to create the gradient shape, what you're going to do is that you're going to go to shapes and then enlarge the shape such that it covers the full width of the workspace. Then scroll down, you're going to see gradient. Now, I'm going to pick this first one. Can I see this first one? Pick it. The first one. This first one. That's what I'm going to pick. So pick this first one and then click on plus. Click on plus. You're going to get to this area. So you click on the first one, which is black, and then click on this color bowl. And then what you're going to do is to take everything all the way to the white part. I say this all the way to white. And yes. And then for this white one, what I'm going to do is to click on it. It's highlighted by an orange color. Then click on the color bowl. And then can you see the third one? This one that tends to the transparency. Take it all the way to transparency. Can you see this? Then you can choose to click on this white and take it in a bit. Alright, but I don't want it that much in. So yeah. So we've gotten our gradient shape. Then this is at the top. Remember what I said, to move to behind. Now we want to move it to behind the man and behind the logo. So you just click on it. The four pairs of dots. Once it wraps a little bit like this, you just begin to take it down, get to behind the logo, then you're cool. Alright, so you can decide to reduce the opacity a bit, just for that effect. And then I did the same thing for the bottom. What I did was just copy this, and then rotate all the way, alright, to 180. Then I brought it down. Alright, so do the same thing, take it behind the man and behind the logo, right? So, and then you use your positioning to centralize. So now we're good and we're cool. And this is the first part, alright? I'm going to show you how I edited the design. Alright, so this is the design. Let's save it. To save, click on project and image, then save in PNG and Ultra for optimum quality. So we're going to save it. And I will meet you in Lightroom to show you how I edited this design. Alright, so this is my Lightroom app. Alright, so what I do is I just click on this plus, gallery plus, and then I identify the photo I saved. So I just wait a bit. It takes, yeah, then click on it and then you save it. So I wait for it to load. Just takes a few seconds, less than a minute. Then you just click on it. Then here's our image. Now, the first thing to do, just click on edit, then go to details and just increase the details. to your satisfaction. I like to just go this way, increase the details a bit. And I get this, and I go to effect, and I take the texture a little bit, just a little bit. I don't really like to add much texture to my designs. All right, so yeah, so let's keep it at 18. All right, you can try to add green, but nah, I'm not adding green. The next thing is to go to color and increase the vibrance. Increase the vibrance for more oomph and the popping effect. All right. The next thing, you can also increase the exposure just a bit. All right. All right. Isn't it good? It looks nice, right? So once you long press, you see the before and then you see your after. There's a visible difference. All right. So the next thing is I click on this circular thing. Let me show you. Okay, it has been hidden by this stuff, but it's this circular thing and it's masking to mask this thing. Alright, so now you click on plus and then click on brush. When you click on brush, I'm going to paint the man's face and paint his hands. Paint his hands. Alright, so now the reason why we are doing this is that you can notice that the picture looks a little bit purplish, right? And there is no light source that is purple, right? So it doesn't really tie in very well with the design. So what we're going to do is that we're going to change it to normal lighting. So the first will look a little bit more brownish, turning to yellow, all right, and not purple. So what to do that? Click on color, then click on temperature first. So you can see that the temperature, taking the temperature back to this yellow thingy, you can see that it reduces the purple effect. And then you can start to increase saturation just a bit. Just a bit. So now, before, you can see that it's a little bit more purplish and darker. After, can you see the difference? Can you see the difference? Yeah. So that's what happens when you edit your design. Now we're going to save because I'm satisfied. I'm very much satisfied. And then we're going to deliver to the person and then we're going to receive accolades. So just try this out. Try this out. Try this out. And then tell me if it worked for you. Tell me if you're able to design this and ask your questions. And then I'm going to be making more tutorial videos like this. So just stay tuned. See you in the next video. Bye.